NASA detects space portals, confirming the poet Homer descriptions of 3,000 years ago as being used by gods of ancient Greece. Those of us who like science fiction movies are fascinated when we see spacecraft, spaceships, or even people passing through space-time portals, traveling enormous distances through stars, through space. But aren't space-time gates portals a science fiction scenario? In December 2012, NASA announced confirmed the existence, although the discovery is still at a very early stage, they have confirmed the existence of space portals. In particular, researcher Jack Scudder of the University of Iowa in a NASA-funded program found a way to detect them. He says we call them X-points or electron diffraction areas. This is what physicist Jack Scudder explains he's a plasma physicist. He says they are places where the Earth's magnetic field connects with the magnetic field of the sun, creating a seamless path that leads from our planet to the sun's atmosphere 93 million miles away. According to a NASA report, observations by Themis and Europe's cluster detectors indicate that the magnetic gates open and close dozens of times every single day. There are a few tens of kilometers away from Earth, where the Earth's magnetic field meets the solar wind. Tons of energetic particles flow through the openings, heating up the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere, causing geomagnetic storms and the appearance of the northern saddle effect. NASA launched the MMS mission in 2014 to study this phenomenon. The 4 spacecraft of the program are equipped with energetic particle detectors and sensors and are able to deploy the Earth's magnetosphere by studying the gates. But there is one problem, that is finding them. The magnetic gates, the portals, are invisible, unstable, and uncertain. They open and close without warning, with no guidance. But in reality, as Scudder points out, they are there. The gates are formed by the magnetic reconnection process. Lines of magnetic force are blended by the sun and earth and unite to form openings. These X-points are where the intersection takes place. The sudden involvement of magnetic fields can push charged particles out of the X-point, creating an electron diffusion region. And to find out how to locate these points, Scudder looked at data from a spacecraft orbiting Earth for more than 10 years. In the late 90s, NASA's polar spacecraft was on Earth's magnetosphere. It was found that many X-points during the mission. And using polar data, we found 5 combinations of magnetic fields and active particle measurements that tell us when we have come to an X-point or an electron diffusion region. A single instrumented vessel can perform these measurements. This means that only one member of the MMS mission using diagnostics can locate a portal and alert the other members. Mission planners believe that MMS may take a year or more until it learns to identify and study portals. The existence of these portals has been known since antiquity. In particular, Homer says, "The gates were automatically molded into the sky, which the hours have, because they are entrusted to the big sky and Olympus to open in dense cloud and close." This is Homer's Rhapsody E from the Iliad, verse 741 to 751. Space portals references are found in ancient texts and traditions of other peoples. There are reports of strange visitors, quote unquote, who visited our planet passing through these stargates, and thus came to be the term Stargate. Studies of ancient texts, especially, as we said before, thought the Atlantean writes in the Emerald Tablets, and I have a playlist video if you want to listen to what those Emerald Tablets state concerning amazing technology that they had. Anyway, the studies of ancient texts found they have recordings showing that there are many spaceships around our Earth that are either natural or even artificial, which either do not work today or we do not have the knowledge to activate them. Space-time gates, space portals, time portals, stargates, space portals, whatever you want to call them, are directly related to the Earth's energy grid, the Earth's magnetic field. Around the Earth, there is an electromagnetic grid whose nodes are at geometric distances, similar to ancient Greek sanctuaries. This is where we find the ancient temples built on the ley lines, the crossing of the ley lines. 12 points of the planet's electromagnetic grid have particularly strong electromagnetic disturbances, with craft and aircraft appearing right in these areas. They're using them as interdimensional portals. These are in the Pacific Ocean, outside Japan, between Crete and Libya, in the Atlantic Ocean, in the Bermuda Triangle, and off San Francisco and also in the Indian Ocean, west of Australia and south of India, on both poles, north and south of the coast between China and India, and in Tibet, and in the Atlantic Ocean outside Uruguay. This is noteworthy that in the area of Greece, there are 5,679 energy points and a few tens of the entire planet. In our search for gates in Greece, we have to keep in mind that there are areas named gate as the name or a synthetic, like Trikala Gate, Thermopylis meaning gate, Pylos meaning gate. So there are many names in Greece having the word, there are compound words having the word gate in it. Pili means gate. It should be noted here that electromagnetic phenomena occur near the Trikala Gate in the village of Ropoto, the maritime area off the coast of Pylos in the Peloponnese. Has not been selected at random for a place for the Nestor telescope probing for neutrons. Other areas where electromagnetic phenomena occur are in the Eureka hills near Volos, north of Athens, and Daveli Cave at Pendeli, just north of Athens, the mountain just north of Athens, and Mount Olympus. There are reports of space portals in Ythio, in Florida, in the island of Patmos, where St. John wrote the Apocalypse. And also across the globe, studies show that there are space-time portals. The most important are Lake Michigan and the Great Lakes, and we see a lot of UFO activity there in Lake Michigan. The Euphrates River, Peru's Huma Huma area, and Sri Lanka. Peru's Huma Huma is where it says here the FBI had a lot to investigate there. Sri Lanka, Sedona, Arizona, the gates of hell in the ancient Hierapoli of Asia Minor. For the gate documented in the History Channel in the Gulf of Aden in Yemen, also in Poland, in the Netherlands, in Groningen, in Tennessee, in Florida, in Canada, in Norway, in Thailand, in Moscow, in Israel, in Jordan, in Lebanon, and in Cyprus. There are underground portals as well. Yes, there are underground portals. In a research conducted by a Nazi research team in an underground cave in Distomor in Greece during the occupation, they found space-time portals. A technical portal was created with well-known the Philadelphia experiment. Spatial control experiments appear to take place at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland, as various electromagnetic phenomena at spatial gate appearances are observed in the area above the point where the experiments are performed. The first technical space-time portal was created by Nicholas Tesla. According to Serbian professor and scholar of Tesla's work, Dr. Velimir Abramovich, the Tesla Tower was a technical space-time portal. Human civilization, with its level of knowledge to the knowledge of public opinion, let alone those that hide knowledge, they're capable of knowing the existence of space-time portals. So let's think of a culture that is much more developed than ours. Not only will they know their existence, but also how to use them. And by controlling or even technically creating a Stargate or a space portal, interstellar trips can be made in a reasonable amount of time. And this I've translated from a Greek article. I'll leave a link below for you for this. And we also have a video by NASA telling us how they located those space portals.
Hidden magnetic portals around Earth. Presented by Science at NASA. A favorite theme of science fiction is the portal, an extraordinary opening in space or time that connects travelers to distant realms. A good portal is a shortcut, a guide, a door into the unknown, if only they actually existed. It turns out that they do, sort of. And a NASA-funded researcher at the University of Iowa has figured out how to find them. We call them X-points, or electron diffusion regions, explains plasma physicist Jack Scudder of the University of Iowa. They're places where the magnetic field of Earth connects to the magnetic field of the Sun, creating an uninterrupted path leading from our own planet to the Sun's atmosphere 93 million miles away. Observations by NASA's Themis spacecraft and Europe's cluster probes suggest that these magnetic portals open and close dozens of times each day. They're typically located a few tens of thousands of kilometers from Earth, where the geomagnetic field meets the onrushing solar wind. Most portals are small and short-lived. Others are yawning, vast, and sustained. Energetic particles can flow through the openings, heating Earth's upper atmosphere, sparking geomagnetic storms, and igniting bright polar auroras. NASA is planning a mission called MMS, short for Magnetospheric Multiscale Mission, due to launch in 2014 to study the phenomenon. Bristling with energetic particle detectors and magnetic sensors, the 4 spacecraft of MMS will spread out in Earth's magnetosphere and surround the portals to observe how they work. Just one problem: finding them. Magnetic portals are invisible, unstable, and elusive. They open and close without warning, and there are no signposts to guide us in, notes Scudder. Actually, there are signposts, and Scudder has found them. Portals form via the process of magnetic reconnection. Mingling lines of magnetic force from the Sun and Earth crisscross and join to create the openings. X-points are where the crisscross takes place. The sudden joining of magnetic fields can propel jets of charged particles from the X-point, creating an electron diffusion region. To learn how to pinpoint these events, Scudder looked at data from a space probe that orbited Earth more than 10 years ago. In the late 1990s, NASA's polar spacecraft spent years in Earth's magnetosphere, explains Scudder, and it encountered many X-points during its mission. Because polar carried sensors similar to those of MMS, Scudder decided to see how an X-point looked to polar. Using polar data, we have found 5 simple combinations of magnetic field and energetic particle measurements that tell us when we've come across an X-point or an electron diffusion region. A single spacecraft, properly instrumented, can make these measurements. This means that a single member of the MMS constellation using the diagnostics can find a portal and alert other members of the constellation. Mission planners long thought that MMS might have to spend a year or so learning to find portals before it could study them. Scudder's work shortcuts the process, allowing MMS to get to work without delay. It's a shortcut worthy of the best portals of fiction. Only this time, the portals are real. And with the new signposts, we know how to find them. For a portal to more NASA science news, visit science.nasa.gov.
If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.